Thor statues can move from classic comic book mythology to modern cinematic realism without losing the elements that make the character unmistakable. The hammer, helmet, armor, cape, and raw sense of power give sculptors a strong foundation, while Asgard, Ragnarok, and the Avengers provide very different settings for a display. For this video, we selected 5 Thor collectibles that cover a wide range of formats. The lineup includes a towering comic centerpiece, a compact Infinity Saga battle scene, an earlier fine art release, a life-size movie bust, and a quarter-scale statue built around fire and motion. Each one presents a distinct version of the God of Thunder. First up is the Thor Prestige Series statue from XM Studios and Legendary Beast Studios, released in 2021. The statue is produced in 1:3 scale and measures 90 centimeters high, 50 centimeters wide, and 52 centimeters deep. The credited design team includes HMT Studios and Maze Studios, while the sculpting credits include Franco Carlesimo. The published edition information is $7,999. The Prestige Series statue presents Thor in his classic winged helmet, circular armor discs, red cape, and tall boots. He raises Mjolnir overhead while the sweeping cape and upward pose create a strong vertical silhouette. At 1/3 scale, the figure has the presence of a major centerpiece rather than a supporting shelf display. The rocky environment beneath Thor expands the scene beyond a straightforward character portrait. Broken architecture, creature forms, and layered debris give the base a Ragnarok-inspired storytelling quality, while the bright costume colors keep Thor visually separated from the darker terrain. This is the largest full-figure statue in the group, and its classic costume and elaborate narrative base make it the clearest comic book centerpiece. Next is the Thor Ultimate The Infinity Saga art scale from Iron Studios, released in 2022. The statue is produced in 1/10 scale and measures 9 inches high, 9.8 inches wide, and 5.9 inches deep. Iron Studios describes it as a limited edition but does not publish a quantity. Iron Studios bases this compact statue on Thor's battle appearance from Avengers Endgame. The heavier armor, braided hair and beard, red cape, and broad stance capture the character's later Infinity Saga look, while Stormbreaker and Mjolnir give the composition 2 instantly recognizable weapons. The rocky battlefield base and branching energy effects turn the small figure into a complete action vignette. Those elements spread the composition outward, so the statue maintains a dramatic silhouette even at 1/10 scale and can fit more easily into a larger Avengers display. The dual hammer movie design and compact footprint make this the most accessible cinematic action scene in the selection. Moving on is the Avengers fine art statue Thor from Kotobukiya, released in 2010. The published dimensions are approximately 30 centimeters high. The credited sculpt is by Shinya Akao. The published edition information is 1/200. Kotobukiya's Thor reflects an earlier modern comics interpretation of the character. The winged helmet, long red cape, circular silver armor details, and raised hammer preserve the familiar Thor identity, while the costume shapes and powerful stance give the piece the stylized energy of comic artwork. The sculpt is credited to Shinya Akao, and the display was designed as part of an Avengers fine art lineup. Its linked environmental base makes it especially appealing as one component of a team presentation, while the roughly 12-inch height keeps it more compact than the large premium statues around it. As the earliest release here, it adds historical range and shows how a compact Thor statue could anchor a connected Avengers collection. Next up is the Thor life-size bust from Queen Studios, released in 2023. The statue is produced in 1/1 scale and measures 82 centimeters high, 55 centimeters wide, and 37 centimeters deep. The published edition information is 366. Queen Studios changes the format completely with a life-size portrait based on Chris Hemsworth's Thor Infinity War appearance. The short hair, beard, facial scarring, dark armor, and red cape shift the emphasis away from a full action pose and toward likeness, skin texture, expression, and costume detail. Because this is a 1:1 scale bust, the head, shoulders, and upper torso become the entire presentation. The upright museum-style composition and realistic finish are designed for close viewing, giving the character a physical presence that the smaller full-figure statues approach in a very different way. This is the only bust and the only life-size piece in the lineup, making cinematic portrait realism its defining strength. Last up is the Thor, Breaker of Brimstone premium format figure from Sideshow Collectibles, released in 2019. The statue is produced in 1/4 scale and measures 25.5 inches high, 18 inches wide, and 12 inches deep. The exclusive edition was limited to 1,500 pieces. Sideshow's Breaker of Brimstone statue returns to a muscular comic book Thor in a forceful descending pose. Mjolnir is drawn back for impact. The red cape follows the movement of the body, and the angled figure creates the feeling that Thor is driving directly into the battle below. The base reinforces that motion with molten color, dark rock, and the suggestion of Surtur beneath the hero. The contrast between Thor's bright costume and the fiery environment gives the statue an immediate focal point, while the quarter-scale format provides substantial presence without reaching the size of the Prestige series piece. Its airborne attack and molten Ragnarok setting make this the most kinetic and aggressive composition among the 5 selections. These 5 statues demonstrate just how much range Thor offers collectors. XM Studios and Legendary Beast Studios deliver classic comic grandeur. Iron Studios condenses an Infinity Saga battle into a smaller format. Kotobukiya represents an earlier Avengers display. Queen Studios concentrates on a life-size movie likeness, and Sideshow builds its scene around fire and impact. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which Thor statue was your favorite. You can also check the links in the description and visit comicbookstatuesandbusts.com for more statue galleries and collectible features. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.